Of late I've been sort of really struggling with keeping going with this lifestyle and this way of doing things. It's been really tough on us. I'm feeling really small. I feel really small. I've lost like obviously quite a bit of weight, and I'm feeling really small. I'm looking really small, and it's not like I'm sort of looking great for it. I still look like a bag of fucking spuds. You know, I look like a sack of spuds, and it's becoming harder and harder. You know.
The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf.
Hello there, my YouTube friends. Now I'm sitting waiting for my wife to come out of work. I thought I'd do a quick vlog. Another one of me getting real with his videos, I suppose you would think. Of late I've been sort of really struggling with keeping going with this lifestyle and this way of doing things. It's been really tough on us. I'm feeling really small. I feel really small. I've lost like obviously quite a bit of weight, and I'm feeling really small. I'm looking really small, and it's not like I'm sort of looking great for it. I still look like a bag of fucking spuds. You know, I look like a sack of spuds, and it's becoming harder and harder. You know, I'm struggling to find the motivation to get into the gym. Don't get me wrong, when I'm there, I fucking love it. I'll take these glasses off so you can see. When I'm there, I love it, and I absolutely have a great session. Yeah, they might not be probably the best sessions I'll ever have, but I still have my session. I still do well. I still push myself hard. When I'm there, it's just I can literally be travelling there and still feel to myself, I didn't really want to go. I didn't really want to do this today. And I know that could be part of me laziness kicking in, you know, but it's also to do with the fact is that I keep on wondering whether it's all bloody worth it, you know, because I still look like a bag of shite. But now I look like a smaller bag of shite. It's mental, you know. Instead of having any sort of feeling like I've got any sort of size to us, I feel like I'm just getting to be, instead of being a big bag of shite or a big bag of spuds, I now look like a fucking small sack of spuds, and I'm starting to look more and more and feel more and more like what I would class as a normal person. Now that's, don't get me wrong, that's no reflection on a normal person, because if you're happy the shape you are, the size you are, the way you are, that's champion, that's great, you know what I mean, fantastic for you. Yeah, I've got no problem with that. I've got a problem with me being like that. You know, I don't want to look like your average everyday Joe. You know, that's the one thing I don't want. You know, but it's just been really difficult to keep going. You know, to keep this up when I just keep wondering if it's even worth doing it. You know? And that's why I would honestly say that anyone out there trying to do this themselves as well and thinking, if you can afford a personal trainer, or if you can get yourself a good support structure around you, do it, because you're going to need it. There's going to be times when you're going to really need it. I could do with it now, but I don't really have that. You know, my kids aren't bothered what I look like. You know, they love us just for being me. My wife won't say anything because she was happy with us the way I fucking was, and she probably has that sort of slight concern to think, you know, if he gets in better and better shape, he's going to have more and more bloody people looking at him and thinking him and that, you know, and that could be something that she might not want to happen. Yeah, so I don't really have the support structure there. My mother and my sister would give us the support, but it would be hard to listen to them because obviously they're both really big built. Yeah, so to listen to them telling us to keep it up and keep it going, it would be like, you know, you're telling me to do that when you look the way you do. However, you know, this is not something you can be telling me to do when you just can't do it yourself. You know, you've got no intention of thinking it yourself. So it's hard when you haven't got that support structure around you. So and I can't afford a personal trainer. So I am having to do this sort of all on my own, totally on my Todd, and it is really, really difficult. There's going to be times when it's going to be so tough, it's unbelievable. But I'm sticking at it. I'm still doing it. I'm still going for it. Like I say, I'm not all the time. I just don't want to train, but I'm going there. And I'm still having me workouts, and I'm still pushing myself to me limits. And then when I'm there, sometimes I can have a really great workout, and I fucking love it. But still, if I was the choice, I probably wouldn't go. Because I'm training hard, but I'm not gaining any size. I'm getting smaller and smaller. I don't know whether my muscles are getting any smaller. I've never bothered sort of measuring myself. Maybe it's something I'm going to have to do, is to measure myself, to check, to see how it's going, to see if I'm getting any, to see if I'm losing anything. I know for a fact I've lost some off my chest. I've probably lost nearly 2 inches off my chest, which that has been very, very difficult to think it's going from sort of like a 46 down to a 44-inch chest. It's especially as I still don't look any better for it. And that's what's the tough thing, I think, right now, is the fact that I don't look any better for what I'm doing. I feel better inside, not on the outside. On the outside, obviously, I just still, to me, look exactly the same as what I've always done, except I'm just smaller. Yeah, I've uploaded a couple of pictures to my Facebook account before, and obviously my friends are all commenting how great I'm looking. But it's like they're commenting how great I look, but not one of them. Even though every time I put up one of these videos, I tag it onto Instagram, onto my Facebook, I'll tag it onto my Google Plus, I'll tag it onto wherever I can, my Twitter and stuff like that, and yet I don't believe any of them watch them. Yeah, yet when I put up a picture, they say how great I'm looking and how well it's paying off all the hard training I'm doing. None of them watch the videos anyway, so why say that? Yeah, I've got so little amount of views at the moment, it's unreal. And yeah, I just think, well, to be perfectly honest, I stopped. I think just about maybe a few days ago, I just decided to just stop putting anything on Facebook, because I just thought to myself, nowadays, why? I don't even know what the point is anymore. I haven't posted anything on my Instagram for a bit either. And I just basically, I've almost sort of took myself offline completely. I mean, this will probably go up as well as a couple of other videos that I've done. Because I've always said, I would keep it real, and I am going to keep it real. Hopefully these videos, if they do reach a bigger audience, it'll help some people that may be going through the same shit, or want to do a cut and think they can do it on their own. It might open their eyes up to some of the things that I'm going through doing this. Yeah, I started off, it probably, I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. I really don't know. I probably could have been about 15.5, 16 stone, which I know like, you American guys won't know what that is, but at the minute, the way it is, you'd have to look it up. If I get the chance, I'll maybe put an annotation on the screen here to show what that is in pounds, because right now I'm still sort of like 190 odd pounds. So it's obviously been well over £200 when I started, and to be down to this weight and still look like a bag of shite, it's sort of knocking the motivation out of us quite a bit. But I keep these things going for the simple fact is that I want to be able to help somebody else, and I'm still wanting to get into great shape. Yeah, I still want that more than anything. Yeah, and I think I'm trying to do too many things at once, which is not going to be helpful to us at all. Because obviously, as you can see here, I'm still growing my hair out. on the top, keeping the sides nice and short, and so that's at a point where it's really tough because it's going quite wavy. You'll probably not be able to see it in the thing, but it's going really sort of wavy now at the front end. It's longer than I've had it in a long time, and it's gone all sort of a very wavy sort of effect on the top, and it's aggravating the shit out of us because it looks terrible. So I think having all of these things going on at the same fucking time is really sort of making us just wonder what the hell to do, whether to keep going, whether to stop, whether to shave my head off and going back to being baldy. But I promised me kids I would try and grow my hair as best I could, and I would try and go for like the Viking style cut. Yeah, and I've always wanted to have longer hair, but I've never been able to grow it. And obviously when I started shaving it off when I was probably in my young 20s, you know, that discovered me was a way that's what I liked, and I kept it that way for 20 odd years. You know, the weather hasn't been the best in the world. Today it's now just starting to get out sunny when I'm sitting in the car waiting to go and training. But the weather hasn't been the best in the world, so that's not been helpful. The British weather, even though it's sort of supposed to be into our summer months now, and it's still been crappy weather. It's been dull and overcast all the time. Today when I was on my delivery, it was basically spitting with rain all the time. That doesn't help matters at all. But I'm determined in myself to keep going regardless. You know, it's tough, but I will keep going. I will keep at it. I will get into great shape. It's as simple as that. I will, because, and I know you'll hear this a lot from us, but it is the motivation I've got, is that I watch Lex Griffin's stuff, and I see in him the potential that I've got to get to. Yeah, I've said it before, he has a very similar sort of body size to me, even though he's in great shape and I'm not. And that gives me the thing to say, look, I won't ever be one of these big, huge bodybuilders unless I took steroids, and I'm not going to take steroids. So I'm never going to be able to be one of these Kai Greens or one of these big, huge guys. I'm never going to be this massive person. So I changed my thinking, and I looked at it, and I saw in Lex, saying, look, this guy, I've got the potential to be like him. I could get to there. It's going to be a lot of fucking hard work, yeah, but I could get there. I could get fairly close. For being my age, I could get fairly decently close to that. And if I did, yeah, I could probably be happier with that. I'd never be fully happy, I don't think. I could probably be shredded and I probably still wouldn't be bloody totally happy. I think that's just my personality. Yeah, I'm one of these all or nothing type guys. I've got a very addictive personality. I get addicted to doing certain things. That's why I've been lucky that I've never smoked, I've never been big into drinking, I've never gambled, because I know I've got an addictive personality and I'll probably get addicted to them and love it. So I've been lucky enough to get addicted to wanting to train, but I also got addicted to loving food. So it's like a combative effect that I've got the want to eat lovely foods, to eat lots of food, with the thing to train and want to look good. And that's where my battle will be fought all the time, is the idea of being able to still eat nice, good foods, but keeping them in proportion now. Instead of having big, huge platefuls of food like what I've always done in the past, is to keep them down to a low amount and give it time for my belly to feel filled up. And I've rambled on for far too long now. This video is going to be too long. I know most people, even if there were avid people that were watching a lot of my stuff, you're probably not going to want to watch this one all the way through. But I've always said, yes, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to let you know, and I haven't been letting you know as often as what I probably should be, but it's just, I'm a quiet guy. I've never been a type of thingy. This is the most amount of talking I've probably done in a long time. You see, I'm pretty much a guy that keeps himself to himself, and I don't really talk to anybody about these things. I just deal with them and get on with them. Trying to do this to show other people what you might have to come up against, what you might be dealing with, what you may have to deal with if you're doing all this type of stuff. If I can help somebody through it, then great. You know, that's what it's all about. It's about helping each other get the best you possibly can. And I'm hoping that sometime somebody's going to find my videos, they're going to enjoy the fact that I'm being real, and I'm trying to go through and show you the different processes that I'm doing. I haven't showed you any training videos for a while. I will try and get back to doing some of those again as well, and get some videos uploaded of this training. But it's a case of, you know, I'm not one of these great trainers. I watch blokes like Lex Griffin, and I just like going, wow, I wish I could do what he does. I wish I could be as outgoing and as robust and as energetic and have that personality like what he's got. But I don't have that. I don't have that confidence that he's got. This to me is really difficult to do, and it's pushing me well outside my comfort zone, well outside my boundaries of what I've been used to. And that's why I do it for. I do it to try and push me boundaries, to expand the boundaries that I have, so that when it shrinks back, it doesn't shrink back as small as what it was before, that it stays out a little bit more. Because the bigger the boundaries you expand, when it starts to settle back, it'll settle back, but it won't go back down to what it was before. It'll stay a little bit further out. And then if you expand them again, and they come back, they'll settle a little bit higher out again. And you just keep doing that all the time till your boundaries become bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to push myself through that thing and trying to expand my boundaries, expand what I do and the way I do it and how I do it, and trying to get more confidence in myself. And I do that by doing these videos and hoping that somebody's going to discover them and it's going to help them out, and that they're going to say to themselves, you know, what is this guy? He's great because he's helped me through a tough patch. Knowing that he's been there, he's done that, and he's got through it. Obviously right now I'm going through it, but I will get through it. So anyway guys, thanks for those that have stuck by us and watched all this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it does help somebody. Please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep these things going for as long as possible. Okay, cheers for now guys. I'll speak to you later. Thank you.
The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf.